22162 is that SMS number if you do want to interact with us. We do appreciate your feedback every single day. We also do want to wish a happy birthday to our television programs manager, Rachel Nakitare. It is her birthday. Hey, she is one hell of a boss, let me tell you that. So happy birthday, boss lady. We do love you from everybody right here in Y in the Morning. We do appreciate you, and many more years, okay, to come. That being said, we are discussing cultivating success, and we're saying that there are certain things that you can do to actually attract success. We've just talked about, of course, your attitude, and we do have Musalia Mwenesi, who is in studio with us, the CEO of House of Major, but we also promised to actually bring on board an image consultant, and this time around we do have the CEO for Dress for Success, an image consultancy firm, and Samuel Murage is his name. He's here with us in studio to actually give us a few tips about when it comes to our appearance. What does it mean? What is even the importance of actually dressing for the part? So karibu sana, Mr. Samuel Murage.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you too.
Okay, so now we've talked about attitude. Yep. Dressing, or appearance rather, is another very important aspect to success.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Why is it so important to actually look the part?
I think we invest so much in terms of our education, but it comes to self-presentation, there is a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
The reason is because anytime that we get into an interview or for a meeting, we are judged by our appearance. And according to the research which has been done, out of 100%, 56% is basically based on the way we look. So that's why it is quite important.
Is it true people can actually tell who the kind of person you are in the first 3 seconds?
Exactly.
Okay, that kind of seems like, by the way, okay, I mean, you're setting yourself up for failure, right?
And actually, you only have 3 to 7 seconds to create a great first impression. If you fail to create a great first positive impression, it will take you 45 minutes to redeem the great impression.
What do you think?
I absolutely agree with him. And you know, if you look at the entire marketing and advertising industry, packaging is everything. If you all had the same CVs, the same qualifications, the same of everything, and you were all placed in a row as the job market is right now. I'm using the job market as an example because that's one way of looking at opportunity. And all of you have exactly the same qualifications, but the way you are dressed and the way you present yourself and the way you articulate whatever it is that you have will be, like he said, 50% of the battle won. It will be the tipping point to be able to get you that opportunity or not.
Okay.
So I really agree that packaging is really important. And for us as human beings, dressing is the best way of packaging yourself.
Okay, Samuel, let me tell you, this is of course a youth channel, right? And you know what happens when we are young? We don't care. We always say that I don't care what people think about me. I'm just gonna do whatever I'm gonna do. How can a young person actually still express themselves, be funky, be cool in the way they look on the outward, but at the same time keep a very professional look?
I think for the young people, especially if you're looking for a job, I think I would advise first to know exactly where you are looking for that job. You need to also understand what is the expectation of the dress code in that organization, because the fact that one is quite young, there is also an expectation from the organization. But of course, I'll be showing with time the way you should be dressed if you're quite young, and maybe depending from one level of organization to the other, I'll be in a position to address on that. But basically, image is everything. Image is everything.
Mwenesi, do you agree with that line that a lot of young people have, that by the way, it's my life, I can do whatever I want? I mean, you're not going to tell me how to dress.
Well, you can't taste the juice in the packet until you've actually opened the packet. And you have to want to open the packet, right? This famous rapper, producer, music person, Diddy, said that if you're looking for money, then you better look like money. And if you are serious about the opportunities that you're looking for, certain opportunities will get you to a certain point, and then other opportunities will get you to another point. So if you have any inclination of ambition, then it's very important that you pay attention to the way you put yourself together. I'm not saying that be in a suit and everything all the time. I mean, pay attention, because if you look like you're well put together, you're neat, you're classy, you're expressing an air of I actually took time to put myself in this situation, then what that conveys to the other person is that you will also take time with the job that is given to them. You will also take it seriously. You will express yourself in the same way you've dressed is communicating a certain thing about you. So if you dress seriously and you look the part, what that tells the potential employer or the client is that you will take my job seriously, as serious as you look right now.
Oh, great. I can even see there's some images on the screen. Maybe Samuel, you can tell us a little bit about that. We're going to ask my director to just rerun those images yet again, so that we can actually take some time to discuss more about that. Martin, my director, if he can put up those images on the screen yet again. Okay.
That is
yes.
Smart casual. This is a smart casual.
Yes.
That is mostly on a Friday.
Yes.
Or maybe you're working in an IT firm. That can basically suit you completely.
Really, Monday to Friday. Okay, that's pretty nice. I like the shirt. You don't have to do a tie. Young people don't like ties. We don't like ties. In fact, I'm even shocked. Vanessa, you're very comfortable in tie, but most young gentlemen will be like, a tie? Really? Do I have to do that? So you can actually rock that.
Yeah. And one thing, you notice that your belt should actually match with your shoe. Always.
Your pants should match with your shoes.
Yeah. The belt. The belt.
Oh, the belt should match with your shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice. Okay, all right, let's check out the next one.
That is executive business casual.
Okay.
That is also if you are attending a meeting and you also don't want to wear a tie. That's also very good on a Friday.
Okay.
That is official wear, especially if you're doing or you're getting into a very executive meeting, or you're going for an interview. That can be quite suitable for you.
All right, and what about that look?
That one as well is for a business casual. As well. That's also for a Friday. If you want to attend a meeting, that's the best way to dress up.
Right. So I like it because you can just throw a blazer on top of your shirt and your jeans, and it kind of gives a very...
Especially on a Friday, if you want to go out, you can just leave your blazer in the office and
I like that.
go out.
Okay. So that's now, over to the females. So we've got a very casual look there. When should ladies actually be dressing like that, in your opinion?
Mostly on a Friday.
Mostly on a Friday. That's a Friday look.
That's a Friday look.
Okay.
Okay. Smart casual. This is official wear. Maybe from Monday to Thursday. You are attending a meeting. It's quite open at the top. But it's quite suitable for official wear.
I want to talk about length, by the way, because we just wear whatever we're gonna wear. But what is the suggested length, even for ladies, if they're gonna be wearing a dress or a skirt?
Especially if they're going for a meeting, it should be at the middle of the knee.
Okay.
That is when you're wearing already high heels. Anything that is a little a bit above the knee, that can be a bit off, especially for an interview. For a meeting. So at the middle of the knee, that is quite recommended.
Okay. All right. So what, let's just build on that point that Mwenessi actually brought up about the other person and how they perceive you. Tell us a little bit more about that.
I think it's the kind of the message that you want to pass across. Is it that you are a very serious person? Are you a trustworthy person? Are you an honest person? Before even you talk or you communicate, is actually based on your appearance. Especially if you are in a financial sector. I don't expect you to wear just a trouser, a shirt and a tie and you walk in to go and do a presentation on investments. You actually get to be dressed in a suit. That actually communicate that you are quite honest and quite trustworthy. People can trust you with whatever you have.
And let's talk about a little bit about grooming.
Yes.
Grooming is very, very key, especially when it comes to matching. Forget about even the clothes you're wearing, even just how you maintain yourself. As a young person, I will tend to be very, erratic with my looks. This week my hair's gonna be red. Next week I'm gonna have streaks of blonde in my hair and what have you. Tell us a little bit about grooming as an image consultant, and how maybe the way you keep your hair, your nails, your nail color as ladies can really affect your look.
It just definitely it affects your look. I would say basically when you're going for an interview, don't apply very shouting colors. Okay, but of course also be quite neat. If it's about the hair for a lady, I would recommend ponytail, the way you hold it at the back. Okay, for guys, let it just be quite neat. Just be neat. In terms of the facial nails, let them be done. Nowadays, I think we are also doing very well in manicure and pedicure. Not just
by the way, you people are giving us a run for money. These days, I call the lady at the salon. She tells me, "Oh no, I've got Monesi to do first," and I'm like, "What? There are more men at the salon now than women."
And of course also the cologne as well, it's also advisable to wear it, but not quite very strong as well.
What do you want to add on to that, Vanessa?
I like what he said about especially colors in professional services, in government. There are few professions and organizations where certain colors will create certain will give off a certain message. So you'll find that in financial services, lawyers, doctors, things like that, people have your darker neutral colors, so blue, dark blue, black, and gray, charcoal, that kind of thing. And your shirt, if you're a man, is your canvas. So when you put that on and then you accentuate it either with a tie or not, then you at least are able to balance. If you need to add a bit of color, then accessorize with maybe a pocket square or something like that. But when you are in if you're in marketing or you're in the creative industry, then it's okay to express yourself with a bit of color, with as many accessories as possible. But again, are you dressing for the job that you want? Are you dressing for a date? Are you dressing for where you see yourself? I remember people used to somehow make fun of me when I was in my early 20s, and I would always try and be in a blazer and so on and so forth. But when and I was in the creative industry. What ended up happening was they used to now invite me to go and pitch to clients, because they would say, "You know what, you're the right kind of image for us to project to our client." And I realized very early on, like he said, that's 50% of the battle won. So
your promotion just came immediately,
and it's just because of packaging. So I really encourage people to pay attention to the packaging. Do your research on the other side. Like he said, it's about what. If the person on the other side, if they get a vibe from you, then they will pick it up and run with it. And if it's a good vibe, then you're in it to win it.
I think just to add on what he has said, on makeups as well. A research which has been done, actually women that wear makeup, they are promoted more than those who are a bit natural.
Really? Well, good thing I've got someone here.
So it's always good to wear some makeup, but not go to an extreme, but quite minimal. Be a bit conservative.
So before now we get to the final part of this interview, we've only got about 4 or 5 minutes, gentlemen. Let's talk about how to dress on a budget real quick. How can someone actually get that look that we're talking about? It doesn't necessarily have to be a full suit, or it has to be an official dress or whatever. But what's your advice, by the way, as an image consultant, on how to keep it clean, keep it classy on a budget?
The best thing is to identify your body shape. So that you also don't go buying the wrong stuff. Then identify a store that actually be able to provide on the kind of item that you already want. Personally, what I've done, I have strategic partners. If you want a suit worth $1 million, I'll be able to provide that. If you want a suit that is 2,000 or 5,000, I'll be able to provide that. But it's quite manageable. Even if you have like 10,000 or 5,000, it is possible to get that. Just make sure that whatever you are buying actually be able to match with your attire. The tie should always match with the shirt, and the trouser should always match with the socks. And always wear either a black or a brown shoe if it's an official wear.
I like that. All right, so gentlemen, real quick, as we're wrapping up and saying goodbye, let's talk about etiquette for success. Modern etiquette in the workplace is such a challenge for so many people. How could we actually mind our manners manners and, be professional in the way we interact relationship-wise, just how we carry ourselves in the office. Monesi, you can go, and then we can also hear something from Samuel as we wrap up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Etiquette is really about making other people around you feel comfortable.
Okay.
Even if we're all running our own races, we need to understand that we can't be in a race if there are no other people around us. If there's no one to run against, then it won't work.
Yeah.
So we need to be mindful that we're not islands, and we rely heavily on the people that are around us. And if they feel comfortable, if we are able to help them treat us with respect and substance, there's a difference between a man and a gentleman and a lady and a woman.
Nice.
I'm not going to get into those differences, but having the emotional intelligence and the empathy to put yourself in someone else's shoes. If you know the classic saying, do unto others as you'd like them to do unto you.
Right.
But also do a bit of research as to where this person is coming from, because we don't all have the same background, we don't all have the same culture, we don't all have the same religion. We're all very different. So if we are empathetic and we say, okay, you know what, you might be behaving like this because maybe that's how you were brought up or whatever. Of course, I don't have to tell you that. But then have an understanding and be the bigger person and say, okay, you know what, I have a responsibility for myself to treat you properly and fairly as I would like to be treated, and if it offends you in any way, then I should be courteous enough to either apologize and use the common courtesies. Please, thank you, I'm sorry. We take these things for granted, but when you do an overview of the people that get promoted, it is those who make the other side feel as comfortable as possible.
Right.
So it's really about thinking about the other person before you make an action or you say something.
Okay, I like that. What do you have to say? A lot of HR managers also complain, Samuel, about how people just don't know how to behave in the office. It's just inappropriate behavior. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that, about how we behave in the workplace in a professional setting can actually affect our success.
He has said there are quite a number of areas that covers the etiquette. But I'll talk about maybe the phone etiquette. Sometimes you are in the office and it's not your time to use the phone. Please, it's good that it's important that you keep away the phone. Of course, also when you're going for an interview, apart from being in that organization, if you're going for an interview, whatever experience the young people are doing, don't carry your phone. Please keep it off.
Okay.
Because that is one of the areas that are actually affecting the young people as well.
I like that.
When it comes to say like the business etiquette or lunch etiquette, dining etiquette, there are ways that actually we'll be able to learn all about this. We cannot be able to mention just about everything, but there is with time we'll be able to learn on all that. Lunch etiquette, dining etiquette, all that is quite important. I've had a lot of HR telling me, Morage, I've taken some people out for lunch and everybody just gets into the dining table and get everything at once,
hogging the buffet.
And it's very distracting. Any behavior that is distracting will come off as off-putting, it will come off as rude. You have a responsibility to keep your side of the street clean. Rude behavior will happen. Distracting behavior will happen. But if you practice etiquette, then you will be mindful that the reason why I was told not to come with my phone in the movies or in an interview or in a meeting is because it will distract everybody else. So because I am thinking about the other people and the impact that it will have on them, then I will self-regulate and I will switch off my phone.
I like that. Discipline. That's the word. Okay, gentlemen, I have enjoyed having you guys on set. I'm telling you, we've got to have another session together. Clearly there's a lot to talk about, right? Okay, so we sure hope that you have enjoyed this particular chat that we've had right here on Hello Day. As you can see at the bottom of your screen, the discussion is cultivating success, how you can actually attract success through different areas of your life. And we've talked about your attitude, we've talked about dressing, we've talked about etiquette. How can you actually apply some of these rules that we've discussed right here on the show in your own personal life? Okay, well, we want to say a big thank you, of course, to Samuel Murage, who is the CEO of Dress for Success, which is an image consultancy firm. And of course, we have to say a big thank you to Musalia Mwenesi, who is the founder of House of Major, who is a success coach. You can catch a rerun of this particular interview on our YouTube channel, and we'll be sure to catch you tomorrow on Hello Day from 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. On behalf of everyone here on The Breakfast Show, thanks a lot for watching. Have a good day.